Howdy folks, Mike and Tom here from Exoticars USA, Milford, New Jersey. We are road testing our own personal 599 after its manual conversion, all done in-house. And Tom here is responsible for doing a lot of the work along with Will to the conversion process. And yeah, just sort of taking it out in the initial spin, as they say. It's December here and raining. Roads are kind of slick, but yeah, there's the first few miles that we're kind of putting on it after we got the transmission in it earlier today. So it is acting fantastic right now. Just beautiful engagement. These transmissions are sort of tricky to align everything and get it right the first time. You're engaging, you know, two different shift gates essentially at the same time, but feels like Tom got this thing spot on. Do a downshift in a fifth, fourth, third, nice and smooth. Second gear, feeling great. Nice and quiet. Clutch feels beautiful, predictable. These are very powerful cars. We gotta watch it in the rain, so that's why I'm short shifting today. Yeah, I feel no issue whatsoever. This is a beautiful conversion. This whole process of sort of getting it swapped over, you know, mechanically only takes about 2 weeks. There's the programming portion of it. And then road testing, making any sort of adjustments goes pretty quick. You know, we have no faults on the dashboard. But what do you think of the whole conversion process, Tom? How you know?
Well, I think in the going on 9 years that we've been converting Ferraris, we've been able to really refine the process. You know, we have enough seat time. We've even incorporated changes to the software that aid in shifting. The Graziano gearboxes inherently have a notchy second gear, if not multiple gears, and thanks to, you know, the detailed process of getting the linkage perfect, and, you know, combined with the software, I think we've really nailed it.
I guess we can talk about the whole sort of thing that differentiates, you know, what we do and the style that we try to incorporate in our process, because, you know, it's a very hands-on sort of, you know, the final product is dictated heavily on the way it's constructed, the way it's designed, the way it all works. You know, it's all in, you know, you're engaging everything and all the movements are mechanical. So these are rod style, you know, right, Tom?
Yeah, where I have seen some cable style shifters, you know, come out onto the market with the conversions.
And cable's not really what Ferrari sort of built for these cars, right?
No, you know, a true purist is going to want the rod style gated shifter.
Because they've used cables, but more in other models, right? Like,
yeah, the rear engine, 348s.
yeah, 360s and 430s. They're all cable shift, and they work great. You know, it's just in a packaging, you know, scenario. You know, a rod, I guess, is just more. There's no flex to it, right? It is this, you know, solid tube. We do put in an isolator. You know, effectively, when you do something like that, when you connect a gear shift that's in the interior of a cabin of a car to the transmission, it's essentially a stethoscope. So you cannot, in a road car, have a solid rod. You will hear every gear noise that's going on inside the transmission coming through here, and you won't be able to have a conversation. You know, it'll sound like a race car in here. Sure, you'll have great feeling engagement. So we took the idea that Ferrari had of an isolator, and we improved upon it.
Yeah, initially we used all factory parts or approximated the factory part, and the final product we didn't feel was acceptable. The clutch throw did not feel correct. Their single isolator design and the shift linkage allowed some vibration that we didn't like. So we did some improvements, still using Ferrari's designs, but out of other Ferraris, and transferred it into the 599. And I think our final product is the pinnacle of Ferrari gated driving.
Yeah, I agree. You know, this is you know, there's not much of a learning curve to it either. I mean, this is a supercar. You know, even though it's a GT with, you know, its front engine V12 and, you know, it's comfortable seating, there's a lot of horsepower, and whenever you get to that pinnacle of performance, throttles get touchy, clutches get grabby, you know, motor mounts get stiff, and all that sort of stuff to, you know, exploit all the, you know, performance from the car. And this feels like a car you could, you know, shift every day. And you know, I have 100% control over the clutch. You know, I've sort of grown up in stick shifts, and I can operate one effectively, and I feel this, you know, it's a huge, you know, simplifies the whole car to from a reliability standpoint, and also the clutch life. I mean, if you don't abuse the clutch and you have, you know, manual control, you could, you know, put many miles on this car without having to worry about F1 pumps, potentiometers, accumulators as maintenance. Yeah.
There's so many things that can fail in the F1 system that can cause, you know, very high repair bills.
And it's a big question mark. Like, you want to go on a road trip somewhere, it's like, okay, you know, you've got all those extra, you know, bits in the equation of what could fail. Hey, here it is. Clutch, gear shift, you know, everything's mechanical, you know, nothing but just, and look at it, it's shifting beautifully. Oh, it's great.
I'd like to add, even during the process, the way we flash the ECUs, this car will never have an issue with passing inspection. It is the same software that would have been in the factory manual.
Yeah, you're right. You know, everything that's been, this car, as far as it knows itself, is a stick shift. There's nothing tricking itself to keep, you know, F1 systems alive or whatever. The gauge cluster works great. You know, servicing this car from here on out, it's not a problem.